crown of thorns around your head, how would you feel?
I don't even want to think back to the switches I got hit with when I was little, let alone that stuff.
That's what we talking about.
Switches together to make about 3 switches in the wall.
Mm-hmm.
And then catch me and hit me on the back. That's some painful stuff.
And who had to go get the switch?
I had to.
You go get the switch so you can be whooped with the switch. Think about it.
Sit there and tell me I really didn't want to do it. I love you so much.
You want to know where that love is? Okay, Deacon, what we got?
But I feel 2 ways.
All right.
I feel sorry
Mm-hmm.
and I feel happy.
Mm-hmm.
Because there are no one else to do it. But he, my son.
That's right.
And after that, he told us what he said. He said, love me one another.
Mm-hmm.
As I have loved you.
Okay.
He loved us also where he laid his life down for us.
Now, isn't that love? That's love. Anytime you give up your life for somebody else, that's love. That's true love. Not what we said, the fake love. I love you when you got it. When you don't have it, my love is gone. Isn't that something? This is the love that we're talking about. How do you feel? Think about that. All the things that Christ went through. He didn't have to, but he did it for who? He did it for us. And us wasn't even nowhere to make it, but he still did it for us. He did it for us for that, all the stuff I have done in my life wrong. He did it for me because he knew I was going to do some of that wrong stuff. Don't tell you didn't do something wrong either, because he did it for us. He told them the same thing. I hate you, preacher. I'm tough.
No, I agree with you. I done some wrong too. I wasn't mad about it.
You know, the thing I like about this is we're on that wrong. When I was doing that wrong, it felt good. Because I wasn't where I should have been in Christ. Because that wrong made me feel good at that moment. But then the more I read about that, and the more I think about that, I'm glad that he died for me. Because of that wrong that I was doing, and he gave me that chance to get my house in divine order. Every time each day, when God wake up and he give me another day, that's another day to get my house in divine order. You know what he gave me Hezekiah? He gave me 15 years. So he just give me day to day, moment to moment, to get my house in divine order because I don't know when. He didn't tell me, James, you got 15 years. James, you got 20 years. I don't know. You don't know. But what you do know, live each day for Christ. Come on, preacher.
If he told us how many years or how much time we had left, we'll do whatever we want to do just until about 20 minutes. Make it 10 minutes before time. And then say, Lord, I'm sorry, we're going to go to heaven. So he don't tell us how much time we got left.
He don't tell us how much time. But what I do like, he said he give us what? 70 and then by reason you have what? 10 more, that give you 80. That's kind of let you know the time now, but you don't know. Because that could happen anytime. But he give you a little slight time to let you know you need to get your house on. Don't wait till you turn 80 and get right like you said. Yeah, I am 79 and a half. I know I got to turn 80, so I'm going to get myself together. You don't know that. You need to live every day that you have yourself together. Every day you wake up, you need to thank God for a new day. Thank God for another day of what? Grace and mercy. Every day. Before you go to bed, you need to thank him for that grace and mercy. That's the way I see it. And here's another one, the last one. Thank you, preacher. Anybody else? All right.
I would like to say something.
Come on.
I mean, I know it was crazy. As a child growing up, my brother was so tiny. Well, my brother always stayed in trouble, and my mom and my grandma always wanted to whoop him. But I loved him so much, so I would take his book, and you know, I mean, that was like Jesus Christ. And I mean, and they would say, my mama, she said, I'm not gonna whoop you, that is bad, navigate, boy, he done it, you gonna whoop you for it. I love my one or two of them. I love them so hard. I would take them book. And my cousin said, it ain't that much love in the world for me, baby. I got 3 brothers too. And she didn't take a woman. But I love my brother just that hard to take his book. And they got to the point they just let it alone. And they just not moving.
It was took 5 of us, but I didn't take my own. They had to take their own, they did.
You're right, only 2 on
They
that.
did. They had to do it, I didn't take it.
But you got it wrong. You apologize for that stuff. He said, I'm sorry for getting you insulting my book, but I know I was wrong. He did apologize. But you know, you're too late, don't believe that, man.
All right. The last one, the suffering servant trial. Hey, come on. All right, what we got?
Yet it pleased the Lord to bruise him. He had put him to grief. When thou shalt make his soul an offering for sin, he shall see his seed. He shall prolong his days, and the pleasure of the Lord shall prosper in his hand.
Look at here. Who are we talking about now? You're talking about God. God was pleased that Jesus took his grief. Look at here. My son coming, taking the grief for you, and I'm happy about it. Happy about this, yeah. I'm happy that he given his life. But why is he happy? Because he did what his father wanted him to do. That's why he happy. That's why he said grief. How many of us have done what our parents told us to do? Think about it. This is what he said. And be pleased with it. She said she took a woman for her brother. What's the please, the grief from him? Christ came. And he pleases God by doing all that stuff. By hanging on the cross. By putting the nail in his hand. By that, he pleased him because he did exactly what God done. When he said, preacher said, if your will let this cup pass, that's what he's talking about. But then he come right back. And that's all right. I don't want to pass. I want you to do what you asked me to do. You want me to come and die to save the world. That's what he came and done. I don't want to, but if that's what you want me to do, Father, I'll do it anyhow. You know I'm true. I'm not going to do that. But I end up doing it. That's what it's saying. And then when you do something like that, and your parents tell you not to do it, you go ahead and do it. Then the end result come back, and your parents say, well, that's okay. I'm good with that. I know you done wrong, but I'm good with that. I forgive you. What he tell you? He went on, say, God, just send me. Just send me. I will go and take that from you because I'm going to redeem the world. You know, it's something here that I really like. I think it's going to get to the next one. That's a key word to them. When it says that prosper in his hand, who are you talking about? He's talking about the seeds of people that believe. Because do you know everybody don't believe in God? You do know that. They said now it's down to 50% of the people that believe in God. What happened? One said 75 years have passed. Now it's down to 50% of the people don't believe in God. But he said those that believe, that's going to make it happen. When he said the seed and prolong, that's talking about us, if we believe. Now, here's that last verse that it's just a word in there that stands out to me so. All right, number 9.
He shall see of the travail of his soul and shall be satisfied. By his knowledge shall my righteous servant justify many, for he shall bear their iniquities.
Look what it is. That travail of his soul from his labor. He stayed in 33 years. So he's going to see that labor travail in of his soul there. Then he's going to be satisfied with what he done. Then it's not shall by the righteous servant justify many. Now here's the key word right there. That word many. What's wrong with that word? What's missing in there? Not a hood. What is it? All. What do that tell me? Christ came. Christ died. He died for all. But that's not all going to be saved. Who is going to be saved? Many. That is right there. Why is that many? That many are the one that who believe that Christ died, believe that he rose. That's that many. That's it.
Yeah, when Jesus was on the cross, I heard you say that stood between Jesus. I mean, that stood with Jesus, 2 thieves, one on the right, one on the left. One did not accept the gift that Jesus had, which was salvation. He died and he went to hell. The other one accepted. the gift that Jesus had. He died, and that day he was with him in paradise. Which goes on to say that there are some folk that are just destined for hell if they ain't going to accept Jesus, no matter how much you try.
Mhm.
There are other folks that's going to go to heaven because they believe in Jesus. This same prophet that you talked about, if I'm not mistaken, in the 4th chapter of the book, said hell enlarges itself every day. That means they add room to hell, just like they're going to add room to your house you build. They go on at breakneck speed, as my former pastor used to say. And that's another reason why I get so happy. Because as bad as Adam been,
Mhm.
as many bad decisions that I've made, as much stuff that I got caught up in, Jesus made a way for me
Did he do it really?
to be where he's at.
Mhm.
Sure did.
And so when folks talk about it, it don't matter to me because I know what my end going to be. I know the process that Jesus had for me. And so I think Romans says, wherein one is justified, many shall be saved. In other words, no one can condemn me or the believer except Jesus.
That's it.
Period. I just want to throw that in there because, like you, it gets good to me too.
You know, when you read Isaiah, just think about it. This book of Isaiah. There's some good stuff in Isaiah. When I read this morning, I kind of got up at 3 o'clock this morning.
Oh, you
to
did,
read Isaiah, and I just couldn't help it. I had to read about it. And Isaiah told me some stuff that made me feel really good about this man. Stuff that I missed, I found out. Come on, Jesus.
He said, whosoever will, let him come.
Mhm.
He said, pick up his cross.
Uh-huh.
And follow me. If you don't want to go, I'm here for you.
That's it. And look at the key word. What it said, many. It didn't say all. He just explained that many. So you have a choice. Isn't that something? You have a choice. You can either go to heaven or you can go to hell. You have a choice. He gave you that choice. He didn't say all, but what happened? He died for all. But at that time, when he was talking to the Israelites. But then he jumped over, then began to talk to us. He was telling them that when this prophet in that vision was about us too. But at that time, then when he said, the first part, the first letter line, he was just talking to him. So that let us know right there that we have that choice. And we could be among that many to go to him, to have that eternal life. Or you can take another choice to go another way. That's up to you. He's not whooping you. He's not beating you. That is that choice that you have. But choices, we said a couple weeks ago, there are consequences. So you have to watch those consequences. And with that, there's a question. Have you experienced God turning certain defeat into personal victory for you? Share briefly as time permits. Have you ever experienced something that God turned some kind of defeat into victory?
Mm-hmm. Yes, sir.
I hear.
Yes, sir, I did.
What defeat have you had? When somebody tell you you're fired, that's a defeat. Take that and go somewhere else and you get a better job. So that defeat become a victory. Isn't how it works with God? That's where he works. We don't work that way, but God that way. He take your defeat and turn it to victory. I hate to preach. Come on.
Psalms 23 says, prepare the table before me
Yes, sir.
in the presence of my enemy.
My enemy, bro.
I mean, God has the ability, as you said, to make to turn what looked like it's going to be a defeat for you into a feast for you.
Uh-huh.
Amen.
Watch out.
That's how God works.
Yes, sir.
That's how God works.
Feel proud of you.
Yes, sir.
Come on, preacher.
And brother teacher, what gave God the access to operate in our lives was the sacrifice on the cross.
Mm-hmm.
Because if we go back to it pleased God to put Jesus through this, it wasn't the actual suffering that pleased him. It was the results of the suffering. With the results of the suffering, it gave me access to get back in his grace. Because as long as sin was in the way, I was estranged from God. But when Jesus sacrificed, I'm back in the family.
So glad you said that.
He had to suffer.
Because it took a perfect
Now,
sacrifice.
It took that perfect sacrifice.
It
It
took
took a
that.
perfect sacrifice. That's why I wanted to say this, but
That's
we run out of time.
Oh,
But it took,
Well, I said it for you.
yeah, thank you.
All right.
It took a perfect sacrifice
Yeah.
on the cross of Calvary.
On the cross.
For us, to give us the access we need
Yes, sir.
to go to God in our time of need. That's why, sorry, go ahead.
So that's what he was telling them because he saw the future. God gave him this vision. They were looking for that earthly king to do his him, but he gave them that heavenly king that what? He done nobody wrong. Nobody wrong. But he took upon his own shoulder to bear that burden for us. That's what God did. That's what Jesus did. And that's what happened when he took the burden of our sin. That old no good man, he took that upon his shoulder and carried it for me. So I may be here today. That's what he did. You know, when you think about it, he did it.
He did.
Nobody can do it but him.
That's it, David.
Nobody.
Yes.
Everybody he looked around, they had a fault. Everybody he looked around.
Amen.
When he looked around the table.
Come on
Yeah,
in there, Deacon. Come on in there, Deacon.
But then again,
Yes, sir.
he looked at one,
Yeah.
and that one said, send me.
Send
My
me.
Jesus. Jesus said, send me.
Yes, sir.
I go.
Wow.
I go. I'm going what? By myself.
Yeah, man.
I would die for them.
Yes, sir.
Everybody died, but
Uh-huh.
those people couldn't do it. But when
That's it.
Jesus died, look what happened.
Say it,
He
Deacon.
turned midnight into what?
Yes, sir.
Into day. You know, the more I read about that thing, the better I feel.
Come on,
It just
man.
get good.
I know.
They said get good
Uh-huh.
and get good.
In good.
I can't do no better than that because this is the day.
This is.
What is the day? This is the day that, Lord,
Yes,
if we
sir.
let that day what you
Yes,
gotta do, you gotta be glad and stay and rejoice. You know, if I get I think it's got some good, I'm gonna sit down. It's good.
That's all right, Deacon.
All right.